One thing I hope that everyone takes away from listening to my podcast is I am just a real, true, authentic person. I try not to be fake. I try not to be phony. You may not agree with me on everything, but that's just me being real and honest. And I try not to sugarcoat who I am. I did that for many, 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 many years. And that, kind of leads to my own self-esteem issues and self-doubt. But I'm coming out of that and I don't give a fuck anymore if you like me. This is who I am. This is who I'll always be. I'm gonna cuss. I'm gonna say things. And you know what? Yeah, that's who I am. But, yeah, I'm kinda just went on a ramble here. I don't even know if this episode is worth posting. I may have to do another one, but I just wanna let you guys know I love you all so much. Any support, any like, share, anything means so much to me. These past 3 months have been crazy, to say the least. Um as my husband says, sometimes I apologize, like, "I feel like I'm doing too much of the podcast or spending too much on the podcast," and as he says, he's been in the music industry since he was young. If you have a passion, you have to be obsessed with it. You have to make it work. You have to do the things and go through the hard parts. Of course, there's that balance, and that's what I've come to find out. I kinda took March off, kinda had enough recorded. I did a couple of episodes here and there, but it was nice to kind of have that downtime. I'm gonna open April and May back up for some recordings, but only a select few slots and select dates. I'm trying to use my time wisely because, as I said, I do still work an 8 to 5, so trying to record every night is too much. But that way I have stuff pre-recorded, and then those will be my, May, June, July episodes, and then I can open it back up after that. So it gives me time off through the summer to do things, time to focus on stuff with my family, and not to constantly be recording or editing. That's another thing I want to touch on. I've had some people, and even myself, AI. I had Suzanne on here. She was spoke about AI and ChatGPT and the pros of that and different aspects and different views on that. And I have used it for helping me generate show notes. I have used it for helping me create images. I have used it to help come up with posts. But I use it in a way I put my own words into it first, like, "Hey, clean this up," or "Make it more professional," or, "Hey, I have this idea, can you help me outline this?" I don't just let them come up with everything, and if you do, I mean, that's your own prerogative, but I've had people say, "No AI with the podcast," and I understand, like, these data centers are horrible. We actually have something coming in our town possibly, and there's a big petition to not allow it, and I completely am all for that. I don't want the environment to become worse than it already is. So I beat myself up sometimes using AI and I have lessened how I use it, but I'm still going to use it. In this day and age in this world, you have to be able to succeed. Even my job, we use it for everything now. And, in the industry that we're in, we have to or we'll be forgotten about. It's just such an up and down thing, and I just want people to know that I do see both sides of it. I'm not here to destroy people's artwork or, hide people that actually make stuff on their own, in their home on pen and paper and stuff like that, but we all have to use the tools available to us to grow how we see fit. So I'm going to continue to use it. I have lessened how I use it. When I make posts and stuff, I try to just do my words. But as you can see, I ramble.